How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Things in crypto are about to get crazy, or as some people are putting it, things in crypto are about to get spicy. This is coming out from one of the most influential cryptos right now in the market, and they are saying that the whole crypto market is about to get interesting, to say the least. I want to cover that. Also, talk to you about why we're just falling down and falling down and falling down in crypto and what could change that. Also, taking a look at a couple other big pieces of news from Twitter implementing now stablecoin to pay creators, and then also some big news coming from Polygon. Now, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, I appreciate that. There's also a link down there to BlockFi to get an interest rate on your cryptocurrency if you're outside the US. If you're inside the US, you can still get up to $250 bonus when you start depositing. There's also this crypto credit card. It's one of the only two credit cards I use. There's a link to that underneath as well. There are two different links. And then we're also going to be talking, like I said, about Polygon and payments and crypto. So in case you haven't already signed up for Unstoppable Domains, I would highly suggest it. Get your domain name. So if you are BenJ, get benj.wallet or something like that. I'm just saying now is a good time to do it. Now, like I said, crypto's down on the 24-hour. Bitcoin's actually down a good amount because it was at 43,000 yesterday. Ethereum's down a good amount. Everything's down 5 to 10%, unfortunately. But there are a couple of reasons for this that we've talked about recently. First of all, the yields are rising and compressing stock valuations, causing a sell-off in equity. We also saw that Jerome Powell was talking about raising by 50 basis points yesterday. Hence, raising rates. Mortgage rates are on the rise and are now at 12-year highs. There's a high correlation between the NASDAQ and Bitcoin right now. And beneath the surface, there's continuing accumulation. So that's not causing the market to fall down, but that is kind of like a little bit of pressure, a little bit of potential energy in a good way for crypto. Now you can see that right now the market's down a significant amount, like the Nasdaq's down 1.3%. There's a lot of fear right now. Dow's down 1.7, and a lot of really good companies are down significantly. Some of these cryptos are fantastic as well, and there's just more fear than there's excitement in the market right now. Even though there's accumulation happening behind the scenes, we can see Bitcoin on exchanges is very low right now. So we keep on falling down. We also have a couple entities buying large amounts between Michael Saylor and also Luna Foundation Guard. Now, speaking of Luna Foundation Guard, take a look at this from their Twitter. Things are about to get real spicy soon, or get spicy real soon. Bears beware. I'm assuming they meant bears beware. UST and Bitcoin. So pretty interesting. They sound like they're going to be buying more for their reserves, and they've been kind of waiting around. I think it's been nearly a week now since they bought last time they only bought a small amount, like $5 million worth of Bitcoin. So it sounds like maybe they're going to start buying more. Maybe they have something else in the works. I'm not exactly sure, but I like this. I like the fact that they are saying that the bears can beware. Now, maybe that's just a lot of talk. Maybe they're just trying to get excitement behind their ecosystem. I don't know. But either way, we still continue to have more and more taken off exchanges, more and more added to the illiquid supply. And as time goes on, the adoption continues to grow and the need for crypto continues to grow. Now, one company that is in the news a lot these days that just announced some big news for crypto is Twitter. They're going to allow content creators to be paid in USDC via Stripe and Polygon. So this is kind of big news. It's coming out from Polygon here today. And you might be saying, why do people care? Like, why is this a big deal to have USDC sent instead of just US dollars? And why does anyone really want to go through the effort of changing how they're already going to get paid? I think the main reason for this is, first of all, there's a lot faster transaction time. Like, to get paid in USDC via Stripe versus getting paid via wire transfer or bank deposit or something like that, it's going to be much faster. There's also finality. So it's going to be a lot more efficient for creators to get paid, I believe. I mean, sometimes I get paid out from YouTube and it says it can take up to 5 days, and then still banks can hold your deposits and stuff like that if they're not used to it or if it's a large deposit. So I think this is just going to help creators get their money faster. It also allows them to take it out a lot faster too if you want to invest in cryptocurrency, for example, instead of having to get in your bank account, then go deposit it on some exchange and then wait for that to happen. USDC is much quicker. They can just transfer it out to wherever they want it to go. Now, you could also say the reverse. If you want it in your bank account, it might be a little bit more of a pain because you have to sell it and then deposit it into your bank that way, but it's just a trade-off depending on what you want to do with it. So moving on to the Polygon news, they launched something called Supernet chains, and they're pledging $100 million for this new development. So what is this exactly? So the Polygon Supernet chain gives developers the ability to build their projects in a customized environment without hosting or operational costs. This was announced just about an hour ago. Developers will now be able to deploy their projects on either a Supernet sovereign chain or Supernet shared security chain. The former is managed by a single validator, which reduces maintenance costs, whereas the latter offers an easier path to decentralization and professional validators staking Polygon MATIC tokens to validate the network. Although Supernets rely on Polygon Edge, a development framework for projects that want to create and deploy their own blockchains, they go beyond the platform's initial scope by offering more security and decentralized features. To further the adoption of Supernets, Polygon plans to allocate $100 million to developers who want to build on this network. They say to understand the potential of Polygon Edge, the company said it pays to look at how the cloud transformed website performance. A shared hosting website was the most apparent option for publishing a new website more than a decade ago. That resulted in unpredictable loading speed due to the limited bandwidth of a shared server. The so-called cloud revolution has made it easier for websites to perform consistently by having their own servers with the same level of security and not by affecting other parties. Now, Polygon runs a ton of different apps. I think it's 7,000 at this point, does millions of transactions daily. And right now, that's something that I think a lot of people are worried about with all these different layer ones. Hey, what if all of a sudden one of the dApps blows up and then it slows down our performance? So it sounds like this is going to really help people be more consistent with their own apps. Now, I'm not a developer. I don't know exactly how much people have been waiting for this, but it does seem like a good next step. And this is another huge pool of money for developers to work towards. And Polygon has been making a lot of big splashes with some of these funding rounds and developments. You can see a $450 million funding round, which was just recently, $200 million Web3 social media initiative with Reddit. Now another $100 million fund, over $25 billion was put into blockchain startups in 2021. It seems like that just is continuing this year. Now, let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Are you excited that we're falling down? I know there's a good part of me that likes when we fall down so I can pick up cheaper and cheaper Bitcoin because I continue to have money on the sidelines that I use to then dollar cost average into the market. I think it all depends on your own situation too. If you're someone that's making a good income and you want to add and you have high conviction, then it's great if the market falls down. If you're someone that maybe doesn't have that high conviction, you just want out, or maybe you put all your money in and you don't have any left, then it can be an issue, which is why I always talk about trying to increase your income as well. I actually made it over a 2-hour-long video talking about increasing your income, how to reach financial independence early, how to retire early. I'll put that on the end screen. If you guys want, again, there are those links to BlockFi and Unstoppable Domains underneath the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.